Let's not waste any time. To decide the perfect hairstyle for your face, you first obviously need to know your face shape. This is going to be detrimental to what hairstyle is going to complement your face. So you're going to need to go to the mirror and be a little bit self-critical, okay? So you go to the mirror, you look at the perimeter of your face. This is the complete outside line, right? And we're going to look at 3 different points: your mid-face, your jaw, and your forehead. First, look at your jaw. If your jaw and your forehead is both a little wider than your mid-face, this means you have a more rectangular face. Okay. Now, if your jaw is a little bit narrower than your mid-face and your forehead, then that means you have more of a diamond face shape. Okay. And last but not least, if your mid-face is wider than both your jaw and your forehead, then this means you have more of a round or oval face shape. So go look in the mirror. You're gonna have to be a little decisive and see where you stand amongst those shapes. You might not land fully into one of those categories. Maybe you're a combination of both, a little bit triangle, a little bit square. That's kind of where I'm at. So you decide where you are on that spectrum. Now I'm going to tell you the 3 best hairstyles for each of these face shapes. Now I've done quite a bit of research, but for you to ultimately decide, I'm advising you to use AI and actually project hairstyles onto your face and decide, does it look good? So there's actually an app called Face App. I think it's like a few dollars a month or something. You just get, sign up for a month and then cut it and then cancel it at the end of the month. Basically, you just take a selfie of yourself and then you can click through a bunch of different hairstyles and it'll actually project that onto your face and show you what it would look like. I use this all the time to decide on my next hairstyle. So I recommend downloading that. So watch and see the hairstyles that I mentioned in this video, but then I recommend going and actually seeing if it would look good on you to make your final decision. We're gonna start with triangle/square face shape. And I combine these two because they're so similar that the hairstyles that look good on one also look good on the other. So I am also, kind of triangle, got a wider jaw, and my mid-face isn't that wide, so yeah, I have a lot of experience experimenting with hairstyles for this face shape. Generally speaking, if you have a longer, more oblong face shape, then you want a wider hairstyle to kind of balance it out, and vice versa. If you have a shorter face shape, you probably want a taller, little bit longer hairstyle to kind of like make up for that. So the first hairstyle that looks good is the one that I have currently. Are you surprised? No, you shouldn't be. It's a long, messy side part. Now I decided on this when I saw Brad Pitt rocking it, and I think we have very similar face shapes, so I decided if it looks good on him, maybe it'll look good on me, and I think it looks pretty good. So how I achieve this, obviously you need some length to your hair. Right out of the shower, towel dry it as much as you can, then I brush it with a wet brush to kind of set the direction. Then I use the styling cream by the brand Forte series and emulsify it between my hands, and then just kind of rake it through my hair to set it into place. And when I had the idea to make this video, I reached out to Forte to see if they would sponsor this video, and luckily they agreed. So shout out to them over there for sponsoring this video. Great products. I've worked with them in the past. Forte is this brand created by the other big YouTuber, 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿. He's super big and super knowledgeable, and he's like the most style and grooming obsessed person I know. So I know he definitely puts in the work to create the best products and wouldn't half-ass anything. So my favorite product to use with my longer hair is the styling cream, because it's more of a medium hold rather than a more stiff, stronger hold like you would get with something like the molding paste, for example. But you could use this for other hairstyles that I'll mention later on in this video. But yeah, for being such a young company, just a couple years old, Forte series already has an impressive line of products. I love using their argan oil to get a little bit more moisturized, silky looking hair, and also their instant volume powder. You just sprinkle it in your hair to get instant volume and texture, and just make your hair, bigger and more voluminous and texturized. Those are my 3 favorite products, but they got a whole line. But what's great about Forte is they created this line using the input of over 15,000 people on their website community. So, with so much input, you're gonna get great products. And I got a deal, so you know what that means. You guys get a deal too. You can use my code BrettMaverick for 10% off if you want to go check out and purchase some of the products. So I'll put that link down below. That being said, let's move on to the second hairstyle that looks good with triangle/square face shapes, and that is the classic crew cuts. This is a shorter hairstyle, so if you're not quite to this length yet, then you can try the crew cut. And after that this looks looks really good on is 𝐂𝐨𝐧𝐬. This dude has like the most jacked jaw I've ever seen. So the classic crew cut, super aesthetic, makes you look very athletic, kind of debulks your hair, gives you a more masculine look, I would say. So that is definitely something worth trying out. And you probably wouldn't even need much product for that. Maybe just a little bit of something like the molding paste just to kind of like hold it where you set it. And the last hairstyle I will mention for this face shape is fringe. And a couple people that this looks really good on are Chris Pine, who has more of a square face shape, and also Henry Cavill, you know, Superman. Yeah, you could see it's just a medium to short length hairstyle where you have it fairly short, but still a bit of density on the side with it a little bit longer on top and in front, and you have some of the hair dangling in front of your face. To achieve this, you would probably also want a lighter hold product, something like the styling cream or something similar. All right, let's move on to the next face shape, which is round/oval. Okay, I think one of the best hairstyles for this face shape is the classic comb over, who you can see Justin Timberlake rocking in this photo. For this, you're going to want to use a product that has a little bit heavier, stronger hold, so probably something like a paste or a clay, which Forte offers both. This is just a cool classic hairstyle. If done correctly, it'll add a little bit of angle and a little bit of structure to your face shape, giving you a little bit more of a square structured look. Number 2 is the choppy top. So you will need shorter to medium length hair for this, with it a bit shorter on the side. You don't want like a lot of bulk on the side of your hair if you have a rounder face, because this is going to make you even wider looking, right? So for the choppy top, you probably don't even need much product, maybe just something like an argan oil or a texture powder just to kind of like give it a little bit of bulk. And then I would recommend just taking your fingers and just raking it through your hair until you get the achieved desired kind of tussled look to your hair. And the third hairstyle that I'll mention for the round face structure is the side swept hairstyle. So this, of course, you will need it a bit longer on the top of your head, at least like 3 or 4 inches. This is a good hairstyle because it's not going to be super wide, but it's going to add some bulk, you know, with the sweep to the corners. So kind of giving you more of a square structure, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is a little bit more of a kind of floppy, youthful hairstyle. So you don't want something with a stiff, strong hold. So again, something like the styling cream where it's just kind of a light, kind of airy hold. And last but not least, let's talk about the diamond face shape. Again, this is where your lower third of your face is a little bit narrower than the upper 2/3. First, I would like to mention, consider growing your beard out a little bit just to give a little bit more width. This can sometimes be a really good look, but you know, of course, that's up to you. First hairstyle to consider is the classic middle part. Of course, you need some longer hair for that, at least 4 inches or so. Cut it down the middle, and half of it goes this way, the other half goes this way. Somebody who I think looks really good with this is Lil Huddy. Again, you're not going to want to use a product with super strong hold. Something a little bit more light hold, like the styling cream, would be good for this. The next hairstyle for this face shape is the messy side part. And somebody who I think pulls this off really well is none other than Elvis. Not the real Elvis, but Austin Butler Elvis. I don't know if did you guys see that movie? I thought it was really good. But yeah, I think it looks really cool on this guy. And you need longer hair to pull this off, obviously, at least 4 or 5 inches. You simply would style your hair into the classic side part, put in your product, something a little bit lighter hold. It's definitely not like a stiff, structured hairstyle, so a lighter hold like the styling cream. And then I would, so I would say just mess it up. And that's kind of how I set my hair in the morning. So, yeah, messy side part, try it out. And the last hairstyle for this is the short side part. And this is a little bit more mature hairstyle, and someone who looks really good with this is Ryan Reynolds. You obviously would have shorter hair. It's a little more compact, but still adds some structure and some squareness to your head. It's a nice, tight Hollywood classic look. So this, you're going to want to use a product with stronger hold, so something like a paste or a clay, that is. So that's it. But the last thing that I did want to mention, I know a lot of you guys, I know you guys very well, are probably considering the buzz cut. It can look really good or it can look really bad. How do you know if you would look good with a buzz cut? Well, we know that the buzz cut always rounds out your face. So if you already have a round face, probably don't want to go with a buzz cut. But if you have a nice square face, you know, strong facial features, strong jaw, cheekbones, brow ridge, then it will probably look good on you. You see see, when you take away the hair, the attention goes to the other details of your face. So you need something there, whether it's strong facial features or strong, thick eyebrows, eyelashes. If you don't have any of that, then you're gonna have to lean more into your hair, you know, to make up for it. Me, I don't look that good with a buzz cut, so I rely on my hair pretty heavily. So that's something you definitely want to consider before you go chopping all your damn hair off. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have anything else to add, leave it in the comments down below. And until next time, peace.